Hey, what's up, everybody? And we've got a Chinese Super Cup game for you here today. Chinese FA Super Cup, and this is between the winner of the Chinese FA Cup, which is us, and Shandong FC, who won the Chinese Super League. And we have a pretty familiar-looking side out there for you if you've been watching the last couple of matches. We'll go ahead and get this one going. I'm not quite sure how much importance to give this match, and as you can see, it's definitely not sold out. We are lacking in terms of fan interest in this country in general. Shandong start off with the ball, and we'll see how long it takes for us to get that ball off of them. Shandong FC are one of the other sort of cash wealthy teams in China, and you can see that in terms of the number of foreigners they have playing for them. And there's Mwanta winning that one off, looking for Zhongsangbing, just can't quite find him as that ball is intercepted. But good job by Sufanat to win that one off. It goes back to Lazzo, who gets it over to Wade, over to Kashin now. Kashin takes it forward, and he finds Wade there in the middle. Wade moves it up past his man to Joao Victor. Joao Victor will move this up by himself and will try to cross. Instead, he crosses it backwards to Wade, back to Victor. Victor has two men on him now, back to Wade, over to Jubin, and Jubin takes a shot and scores the first goal. It's 1-0 Yanbian FC in 2 minutes, and Jubin, I'm telling you, this kid is amazing. This kid is incredible. This kid is one of the best players, I think, in the country. And this is a kid who was sitting around in our under-19s. I mean, just look at this. Look at that creativity. Look at how he creates this goal. And he's playing against guys who are much older than him. He's still only 16 years old. Can you imagine that? And he's scoring goals like that at this level? This is incredible. 1-0 Yanbian FC. Joao Victor trying to get the ball off of his man. He ends up with Lavia, then to Kashin over to Lazzo. And he finds Gustafsson. Gustafsson, of course, is the Thai international who's Thai Swedish. I don't know if he has Swedish nationality as well. It goes back to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung over to Lavia, back to Park Myung-sung again. He moves upwards, and he's just going to create himself. And not quite able to get that crossover. Passes it backwards to Lavia, and Romeo is looking for that goal from range and can't quite find it there. We're not even 5 minutes into this one, and we look like we're going to dominate. And, of course, Shandong wind up with the ball, and that means that we have to have our eyes wide open. There's Mwanta going back for that interception. Well done by Mwanta. Over to Kashin to Lavia, then to Gustafsson, then back to Lazzo, and we'll set it up slowly. You know, we have that balanced mentality, and balanced means that we slow things down a bit. As it goes to Gustafsson, then back to Park Myung-sung, and then back to Lazzo. Lazzo over to Wade. Wade looks forward, finds Zhongsangbing, who finds Mwanta in the middle, who somehow misses that shot, and that was a shot that should have gone in all the way. I'm not quite sure how Sufanat missed that one. We have some problems here trying to get the angle right on the shot, and I can see sort of what happened there. He took that one first time, didn't have a very good first touch on it. If he had taken that down a little bit and tried to move past the keeper, it would have been a goal. Park Myung-sung is able to win that one in midfield. We're winning everything in midfield at the moment. Of course, I mean, this match isn't even 10 minutes old. It's amazing that we've had so many highlights so far. Not exactly what you're expecting. There's Mwanta winning another interception in the middle, and his pass, unfortunately, is off mark, but luckily for us, they just sort of lumped the ball forward. Kashin has over to Wade, then to Jubin. Jubin back to Kashin. Kashin over to Lavia, back to Kashin. Here to Wade now in the midfield, looking for Joao Victor. That's a poor pass. Not really a very good job by Joao Victor to try to get in position, but Park Myung-sung now wins the interception. Looks forward to Jubin. Jubin with the header, and that goes in. It's the second goal for Jubin in less than 10 minutes. 2-0 Yanbian FC, and I mean, we are starting to run away with this one, and Jubin is a sensation. This should do wonders for his reputation here in China. I mean, this kid is incredible. This kid is amazing. He scores goals at every level. He scored goals for us in the Conference League. He's scoring goals here for us in the China Super Cup. I mean, this kid is our nailed-on starter there on that left wing, and I feel poorly for Jakob Dicko Eng, who I promised all sorts of game time to, but he's not going to get in this team at this rate. There's no way. There's no way that we're going to have everybody else start there. 56,301 here in this match. This must be an absolutely huge stadium. I can't remember if this is the stadium in Beijing or not, because you can see there are empty seats. Mwanta now grabs it and has it taken away from him there in their penalty areas. Back with Wade, and then over to Kashin. Kashin now moves up slowly over to Lavia. Not even 20 minutes gone on this one. Over to Lazzo now. And up to Gustafsson, over to Lavia. Looks for Zhongsangbing, can't quite find him, but Gustafsson gets back on it, able to keep it in. He moves back laterally over to Lavia, then to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung will move up forward, as usual, over to Lavia. Lavia looking to go in a crossing position, back to Park Myung-sung to Wade, and we had 2 or 3 chances at that one, and just weren't quite able to push that one over. But we're creating chances against Shandong like we haven't created them against really any other team. And I mean, this is just incredible. This is incredible. So Lavia then goes into this crossing position, as you can see. It goes back to Park Myung-sung, who gets it over to Wade, and it bounces off, I think, off Mwanta, and then Jung Sangbin just misses it. Otherwise, it would have been 3-0 Yanbian FC here in the early going. And as I said, this is a really, really impressive performance by us so far. And I mean, Jubin has just been sensational. Everybody's been playing well for us, and we have a number of interceptions and players who are doing the right thing and look like they actually want to be here, which is different than what we had in the Conference League. It's Jung Sanbin with a dangerous tackle to try to win that one back. He wins it back for a moment, and then it gets back to Shandong. And you can see that we're fighting for everything there in midfield. Let's see if we can get it off of them here in a sec. And now it's Mudrik there passing it to Leimer, I think. And Lazzo is there to get rid of the ridiculousness there in the back. And they have it back for another attempt on goal. And Li Changyi is able to get it, no problem, over to Zhao Victor. And the highlight ends. And here we have it again, about 30 minutes in. It is Shandong once again with the ball, and Mudrik has moved and past the defense here, and Li Changyi grabs that one barely off the line. That was a really, really poor attempt by Mudrik to score. I mean, that was really, really poor. So he gets it here, and he should be scoring all day long. We're trying our hardest to get in front of him. I see that was actually deflected by, I think that's Lazzo in the back who deflected it, either him or Kashin. Kind of hard to tell from there. Joao Victor with it now slows it down a little bit, and he's looking for somebody, and that was a poor play by Victor, who has some good games and then some bad games, and this looks like this hasn't really been his day. Fortunately for us, we're not punished too much by that poor play on the part of Victor, and it is with Shandong once again. So this match is supposed to be at the very beginning of the season, but because both of us were in various European competition at the start, we had this one delayed a little bit past at least our first game of the season. Shandong FC were, and I think still are, trying to get into the Champions League group stage proper. We, of course, had our adventure in the Europa Conference League, which didn't last very long. Wade now with the ball over to Joao Victor. Joao Victor moves it up himself and over to Jubin. Jubin over to Wade, and Wade has got a wide open shot on goal. That one just misses going in. Still 2-0 Yanbian FC, and it's Joao Victor here with this corner, and he winds up, takes it, and that's knocked right back straight out to him by the Shandong defender, and Victor then just loses the ball without doing much to try to hold on to it, and Victor's just not having a very good game. He might look okay in terms of his match rating, but I think we're going to have to take him out here at halftime because I haven't been very impressed with what I've seen from him. And it is Shandong with the ball here in their own half, and Park Myung-sung is able to get that interception over to Lazzo to Lavia, over to Gustafsson. Gustafsson knocks it forward to Mwanta, and Mwanta's shot, unfortunately, is deflected by a defender. Otherwise, I thought for sure that Mwanta was going to have an absolute sitter there. Excellent pass here from Gustafsson, who times it perfectly. Mwanta had the run timed excellently, and as Jung Sanbin, who takes a tumble there trying to get something onto it. Both of the strikers are playing fairly well in this one so far, but just not able to get a clean shot. And it's Krizen there, and Li Changyi is able to grab that one off the line again. Li Changyi, good goalkeeper, and it's a cup match, so that's the reason why we decided to start him. Wade to Mwanta, over to Jung Sanbin. Jung Sanbin knocks that one first time, didn't really need to do that. You kind of wish that he would use his speed a little bit more in a situation like that. And that's going to be the end of the first half, and that was an eventful first half. And this, just like our last match, is a match that's taking quite a while to play through. We're going to take Joao Victor off because I've not been very impressed with him at all so far. We're going to put Ployman on, and I'm looking in midfield, and I think that we're doing okay there. Yeah, Lazzo's the other one, though, who I'm a little bit concerned about. And we're going to put Juan David Torres back on. It's been a little while since he's played here for us. He was really upset with me for not having him on the Conference League squad. And in retrospect, I probably should have had him on there. Ployman now takes it up over to Kashin. Kashin down to Lavia. Lavia up to Ployman. Ployman down to Kashin again, and we're just sort of slowly setting things up here, and there's a pass that's energetic moving forward, and Leimer, instead of taking it down, decides to head it out for a corner. That's a really odd decision for him to make. Wade takes this corner, looking inside, can't quite find anybody, unfortunately, and that's usually where Torres is lurking. I'm not quite sure where I have him in terms of the corner. Li Changyi able to get his hands up and catch that nonsense before it turns into anything. Li Changyi is very, very tall, by the way. He's over 190 centimeters, that I know. Jubin takes it back over to Wade. Wade moves up, finds Wanta, and there's a shot on goal that just misses, and that should have been knocked in the back of the net. I agree with the commentary on the bottom. And Sufanat has this tendency in these larger matches from time to time to sort of disappear a little bit. I mean, he's getting in good positions, and he's been doing well with interceptions and things like that. He just needs a little bit more experience, I think, playing like this. I don't know if he has a dislike of big matches or not. I'm sure that we'll find out once he hits age 22. And, of course, if he does, we're going to have to find somebody else. And there is Otamendi with the header from the corner, and that one does get by Li Changyi. And that makes the score 2-1 Yanbian FC, and it's a time for worrying here a little bit. And there's really not much we could do about that. We had men surrounding him and did our best, and we need to do a little bit better than that. And now Shandong have a chance to tie it, but fortunately for us, that header is on the top of the goal. Not particularly close. We need to get a better performance, and I'm starting to worry about these strikers now who are really, really quieting down. And they have the ball again, and there's another shot from a free kick. And fortunately for us, that one is deflected because Otamendi was wide open. And that's a scary, scary thing to see. Mudryk now with this corner and is knocked backwards. Zhang Sanbin running after it, not quite fast enough. And Li Changyi able finally to get the ball after that header. And you can see this, I mean, Otamendi was just wide open. And, I mean, that's not what we want to see coming off of that set piece. That was pretty scary. Monta is not playing very well again. And, Monta was upset with me because we didn't do well in the Europa Conference League. And I wanted to tell him, hey, you're the reason why. But unfortunately, when I talked to him here in game, he told me that he was happy that I took the time to talk to him and didn't really care about anything else. Mudryk there with a shot on goal that was pretty clean. And I guess that was sublime for Park Myung-sung. I didn't really see much that was sublime about it. Juan David Torres is having a really, really bad game. And this is one of the things that we were a little bit worried about. Park Myung-sung now forward, looking for Gustafsson, just can't find him. Park Myung-sung now, and it's Torres who's able to get back onto that one. Here's Park Myung-sung again, back to Torres, over to Wade, back up to Kashin. Kashin down to Torres. Torres will take this up slowly. He looks forward, trying to lump it forward for Zhang Sanbin, who's not able to use his speed to get onto that one. And Torres misses the header. And Li Changyi's way out of position, but it ends up going back to Jubin, and we're able to get rid of that one. And that was a pretty odd course of events here. Torres misses this one completely. The entire defense swarms around the Shandong attacker, and then Jubin's able to get onto that one despite the guy coming up, spikes up, trying to spike him. Wanta's having a really, really poor match and is going to be fined again after this one. And hey, I mean, he's making a lot of money. We'll take that money straight off of him. No problem there. Here's Wade now up forward deployment, looking for Jubin, can't quite find him for the hat trick. And it's backwards now to Torres. Torres to Wade, over to Jubin. Jubin back to Wade, and he looks for Zhang Sanbin, Gustafsson, and it should have been Wanta there. Gustafsson ended up being offside anyway, but Sufanat needs to actually move over and make it look like he's trying to do something effective. And we have some problems because he's looking really, really complacent in these matches, and he shouldn't be so complacent when we have a big match like this. And it's Li Changyi able to grab that one, and who knows? You might know more than I do whether he likes or dislikes big matches. But in the end, Yanbian FC win this one. We win 2-1, and that should make the board feel pretty well. They were just hoping that we wouldn't be embarrassed in this match, and not only were we not embarrassed, we won the whole thing. So there's the first of what hopefully is going to be many trophy celebrations for us this season, and we'll just wait here for them to jump up all at the same time. And here we go. We've got it. And it's a little bit anticlimactic. And as I said before, I mean, you can see that there are a number of empty seats here in this stadium. So we need to do some things to try to make this sport a little bit more popular in China. see if we can get a few more people to show up to these matches. And there is, of course, the cartwheel that we always see. And we're applauding and clapping, and everybody's very happy, and that is the end of it. Well, I hope that you enjoy that one, and we're going to have a little bit of a talk with Monta and with Torres for those awful performances, but at least we came off with a win, 2-1, Yanbian with a win. Not fully deserved in terms of XG. They had more shots on target, but we had a little bit more possession, and so it is. See you tomorrow with another one. Bye.